finally over, folks. One of the most anticipated seasons of the women's volleyball tournament commences today. It is opening weekend for the 74th season of the UAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. Dito po tayo sa San Juan Arena. The Phil Oil Arena is now nga pala how it's called, the Phil Oil Arena in San Juan for this doubleheader. The National U Lady Bulldogs and the UP Lady Maroons will kick off volleyball action, and then the UST Tigresses and the Ateneo de Manila University Lady Eagles go at it and the main game. The female spikers go back to the floor today. Welcome again, courtesy of ABS-CBN Sports. It's a live and exclusive coverage. I'm Boom Gonzalez, together with Dr. Ian Laurel. Kamusta, Ian? It's good to see you again.
I know, and it's nice to see all these people again. Like what you said, much anticipated season, and really for these teams, this is the season that matters. You've got all these teams preparing for none other than the UAP. You've got teams actually joining other tournaments in the off-season, and you've got other teams medyo nagtago. Ayaw ipakita yung mga bagong lineup nila or what their strategy is. It's all because of this UAP season. And kaya talaga namang inaabangan.
Sorry, and this is the reason why we mentioned that it's a highly anticipated season, because of those reasons that you talked about. New beginnings, as they say in the women's volleyball tournament. New faces, new changes. That's what we're going to be talking about. Let's focus our attention on the NU Lady Bulldogs. We're coming off one of the most successful seasons they've had, if not the most successful season they've had from last year. Coach Francis Vicente giving them 4 extra wins last year.
Exactly, Boom. And it was his rookie season as a coach, and like what you said, a great improvement on their win-loss record. It's his second year to this season, and last year, remember, Boom, they were even in the hunt for a Final Four seat. So never heard yun, no, for the side of the NU Lady Bulldogs, but this year it promises to be a better one. That's, of course, coming from Coach Francis. Last UAP title was 1957, a couple of decades back, and of course, a very key loss, Mervic Mangi. You've got the key returnees from Nepomuceno, Sante, and Aganon, and you've got a new rookie, Lorena Simon. We're going to see how she plays today. But she, although she missed season 73, but
bumalik si Lorena. Tama. And maganda din, aside from them, you know, Nepomuceno and Sante and Aganon coming back, it's also interesting to see their improvement. It's not only them being back with the team, but their improvement. All right, more on the National University. Let's talk to Coach Francis Vicente, courtesy of Victor Lopez.
You know, Coach Vince, it's a new season for everyone, right? So what do you think we can expect from NU coming into this year?
Well, right now I cannot say about what to expect or what will happen to NU. It's a matter of winning all the games, in a matter of saying, tsaga lang, tsaga, win, tsaga, sipag, and everything.
So last year, you know, you guys were tied for 5th place. And, you know, it's just one spot away from the Final Four. What do you think your team is lacking, and what do you think they're going to improve upon this year in order to clinch that last spot for them?
Well, as I always say, it's the attitude itself. The talents are there, the skills are there, but it's a matter of having that attitude of a winner.
Well, last year, Doc, it was a learning experience. Not only for him, but for the whole team. Ang dami nilang magandang matututunan para dito sa taong ito.
Parang nadagdagan yung puting buhok ni Coach Francis after a year. Boom! So tingnan natin kung for this second year, you know, sabi nga niya, he promises the talent is there. So it's really the experience, what the girls do in crunch situations, and really to win as much games as they can, so that they, you know, improve on that 5th place finish that they had last year.
And there wasn't much pressure on them last year. There were surprising teams left and right, but this year is going to be a little bit different for Coach Francis Vicente. Okay, tall teams we're looking at. We just saw them exchange pleasantries at the net. National University and UP, very tall teams in season 74. Let's talk about UP for a while, though.
Well, UP, you've got ever since UP has the advantage when it comes to height. That's why they're good at blocking. Araneta's right there. South and Ramos is still there. But last year wasn't really a good finish for them. They were tied for 7th. And this year, we've got a rookie coach heading the Lady Maroons, Jarrod Hubalde, on his first year for the team. Last UAP title, again, decades back, 1983. he loses Carmela Lopez.
Yes.
And a very good libero.
Correct.
And Isada. Of course, the defensive aspect really would be a key factor if the UP Lady Maroons would perform well for this season. Key returnees, you've got Joy Palad, you've got Sautin Ramos, and Angeli Araneta still at the helm of the offense of the UP Lady Maroons.
And I believe they've also added 5 rookies to that roster, so that's always a good thing when you have new players, fresh blood, fresh talent coming in, and a new beginning for the UP Lady Maroons, who are hoping to climb out of that spot which they were in last year. 7th place. They had a couple of very emotional wins last year in that 3-11 team standing. But this year is a brand new beginning. As you see, Isada now is going to be helping them off the bench. But you see, Coach Vip Isada has now gone down to assistant coach.
Still in full force.
Yes.
Ayan, kita natin Coach Vip Isada with the new coach, Jared Hubalde. And it's very interesting what the mix-up will be when these two, when they call a timeout, whenever they...
Tsaka minsan, shot in the arm. Yan ang kailangan ng mga kuponan. All right, speaking of the new coach, let's listen to the interview he had with our very own Stephanie C. Steph?
Since it's your first year of coaching for the UP Lady Maroons, how did you prepare for this season? At meron ba kayong binago sa sistema ng training?
Actually, for the past 5 years, same pa rin yung system namin. Because siguro yung head pa rin namin is the same, and ako lang yung nag-pwesto rin sa head coach nga. And then, preparations namin, we have kasi siguro more on kami sa weight training. Kasi we look forward dun sa strength and agility, endurance ng mga players namin. So we concentrated more on their weight training program.
And now that you're going up against the National U Lady Bulldogs, how do you plan to approach this match? Sino-sino naman ang mga balak ng bandayan?
Outside hitter, which is si Tolentino, and then yung middle, if not mistaken, siguro yung Sarte. Siguro sila yung key players nila ngayon. Malaki yung adjustment din namin ginawa since sila rin medyo tall players din. And medyo flexible, and rin sila, agile din yung mga players. So siguro ang sinek lang namin dito is more on mag-concentrate kami sa blocking nga, which is I think we're more halfway of it. Siguro yung ginawa namin sa practices.
Well, the new coach, Jared Hubalde, a new era in the UP Lady Maroons. He's going to get a lot of camera time this year.
And you know, when a coach is new, medyo malumani yung wala pa masyadong galit sa mga players. But I like his attitude, and he's right in saying that blocking would be key. Because that's the first line of defense for each team, and if you've got a young team, you've got new players in the team, of course, that's the easiest way to defend. Get the block up against this tall NU Lady Bulldogs.
And that has always been one of their strengths anyway in the past, regardless of team standing. Itong UP Lady Maroons. We're actually going to learn more about Coach Jared as the match progresses, but I know people cannot wait for season 74 of the UAP Women's Volleyball Tournament to begin. Coach Jared Hubalde going up against Coach Francis Vicente. UP versus NU when we come back here on Studio 23.